In a quiet office in Columbus, Ohio, billionaire retail mogul Leslie Wexner sits down and signs a single piece of paper. With that one stroke of a pen, he hands complete control of his multi-billion-dollar fortune to a mysterious man named Jeffrey Epstein. The bizarre part is that Epstein had zero experience in fashion, yet he now wielded extensive control over Wexner's personal finances and used his perceived connection to the world's most famous lingerie brand. This is how a secret puppet master hijacked the glamour of the runway to build a personal hunting ground, dragging a global empire down with him. To understand how a financial empire falls, we have to look at the relationship between the two men at the top. Leslie "Les" Wexner, the founder and CEO of L Brands, the parent company of Victoria's Secret, first met Jeffrey Epstein in the mid-1980s. The two became close associates, and by 1987, Wexner hired Epstein to manage his multi-billion-dollar fortune. But the true turning point came in 1991, when Wexner granted Epstein full power of attorney. To put this in perspective, power of attorney is a massive legal blank check. It meant Epstein didn't just advise Wexner. He had the legal authority to sign Wexner's name, move his money, buy and sell his properties, and make monumental financial decisions without asking for permission. Armed with this extraordinary control, Epstein began to live like a billionaire himself, even taking ownership of Wexner's massive 7-story Manhattan mansion. This property would later become infamous as the central hub of Epstein's abusive operations. But Epstein wanted more than just Wexner's money. He wanted access to the cultural power of Victoria's Secret, and he knew exactly how to use it. With total financial control over the brand's founder, Epstein began posing as a talent scout for Victoria's Secret, despite never being an official employee of the company. He used the brand's prestige as bait to lure young women under the guise of modeling opportunities. In the mid-1990s, senior L Brands executives began to notice. They raised concerns directly to Wexner, warning him that Epstein was abusing his connection to the brand to recruit young women. Yet the warning signs were ignored. In 1997, the danger became concrete. An aspiring model named Alicia Arden filed a police report detailing a horrifying encounter. She alleged that Epstein, posing as a Victoria's Secret recruiter, met her in a hotel room where he attempted to undress and manhandle her. Around the same time, Cindy Fields, the former CEO of Victoria's Secret Direct, had her own unsettling encounters. Epstein invited her to an after-party at Wexner's home, which she found highly suspicious. Later, Epstein contacted her directly, expressing a desire for female companionship and inviting her to Aspen for another party hosted by Wexner. She declined, but the pattern was clear. The brand's name was being weaponized, and the corporate hierarchy was powerless or unwilling to stop it. While Epstein operated in the shadows, the public face of Victoria's Secret was starting to crack. The brand was facing severe accusations of misogyny and harassment within its own corporate walls. This toxic internal culture was highly visible in the actions of marketing chief Ed Razek. Razek, the longtime creative force behind the famous fashion shows, faced heavy criticism for his outdated views on beauty and controversial remarks regarding model inclusivity. As cultural values shifted toward empowerment and diversity, Victoria's Secret remained frozen in the past, continuing to push a narrow, highly sexualized fantasy. This cultural tone deafness quickly translated into financial trouble. By 2019, the brand's relevance was in freefall. The company announced plans to close 53 stores across North America as sales plummeted. During the third quarter of 2019, Victoria's Secret's business declined by 7%. The glittering runway was no longer enough to distract consumers from the rot underneath, and the ultimate reckoning was about to arrive. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested on new federal sex trafficking charges. As the media dug into his past, his decades-long relationship with Leslie Wexner became front-page news. The financial market reacted instantly. In July 2019, L Brand's stock dropped by 10%, resulting in an estimated paper loss of $53 million for Wexner in that single month. To distance himself, Wexner claimed that he had severed ties with Epstein back in 2007 after sexual abuse allegations first surfaced in Florida, where Epstein eventually pleaded guilty to soliciting a minor. Wexner also claimed that Epstein had misappropriated vast sums of his family's money, reportedly over $46 million. But the damage to the Victoria's Secret brand was already done. In August 2019, over 100 models signed a public letter to the CEO, expressing grave concerns for model safety. Later that month, Epstein died by suicide in his jail cell. The association was toxic, and in November 2019, Victoria's Secret officially canceled its iconic annual fashion show, signaling the end of an era. By early 2020, the financial pressure was unbearable. The brand that once dominated global retail was forced into a desperate restructuring. In February 2020, L Brands announced a fire sale, selling a 55% stake in Victoria's Secret to private equity firm Sycamore Partners for $525 million. This transaction valued the entire legendary brand at just $1.1 billion, a staggering decline for an empire that once dictated global fashion. As part of the deal, Les Wexner stepped down as CEO and chairman of L Brands, ending his decades-long reign. The corporate separation was finalized in August 2021, when Victoria's Secret was spun off into an independent public company under the ticker VSCO. Left with the remaining assets, L Brands rebranded itself as Bath & Body Works, Inc., completely erasing the corporate name that had been associated with the fallen lingerie giant. The fallout from this alliance continued to linger years later. In February 2026, Les Wexner was subpoenaed by the U.S. House Oversight Committee, testifying under oath about his relationship with the late financier. Strikingly, newly revealed FBI documents from 2019 showed that investigators had once listed Wexner as a potential Epstein co-conspirator, a detail Wexner has consistently denied. The story of Victoria's Secret's downfall is not just a story of changing consumer tastes or retail decline. It is a cautionary tale of how a multi-billion-dollar empire, built on the hard work of employees and the aspirations of young models, was compromised by its founder's decision to hand over his financial keys to a predator. When Wexner signed that power of attorney in 1991, he thought he was securing his wealth. Instead, he signed away the reputation, the legacy, and the future of the Angels.